The indication is Bronchiolitis Obliterans Syndrome. It's mainly it's an indication in lung transplant medicine, so we will focus on the key lung transplant center in the US and in Europe.
Hi, I'm Lucie Ellis, Senior Editor at Scrip, and I'm here at Europe in Berlin, joined by Stegemann, the CEO of Breath Therapeutics. So thanks for joining me today.
Hello.
Just to start off, you did a fundraising in March this year. Could you talk a bit more about that and how you're using that cash?
Sure. So we just closed in March this year Series A fundraising, $46 million US. In total, we were our investors with major European investors. It's Sofinnova Partners from France, it's GIMF from Belgium, and also Gilde Healthcare from the Netherlands. And so we have, I think, a very good major investors of Europe together, and we put together a nice Series A round.
And you have plans to enter phase 3 next year, so can you talk about
Yeah, so the funding is mainly dedicated to bring ahead our lead asset, which is ready to phase 3. So we currently use the fundraising to prepare phase 3. And so preparing the drug production, CMC is important. We also have to prepare the regulatory, the study design. And that's our current plannings. Fine-tuning the study protocol with the FDA, with the EMA. And we hope so mid next year and next year to get started and have first patient in ideally end of next year.
And will that be a global study?
Yeah, so we will run a phase 3 in the indication is Bronchiolitis Obliterans Syndrome. It's mainly it's an indication in lung transplant medicine, so we will focus on the key lung transplant center in the US and in Europe. So we will run 2 phase 3 trials in parallel, and both will be executed in the US and in Europe.
And that's an orphan indication?
Yeah, it's about the indication a little bit. It's, as I said, it's the core indication field is lung transplantation, and we have the problem that in all lung transplant recipients there's a so-called chronic rejection problem, which is called bronchiolitis obliterans, and is an orphan disease. Yeah, we talk about 10 to 15,000 people affected, but the problem is that lung transplantation per se is very expensive. We talk about a procedure of $1 million in total. And still today, half of the people really will lose their life after that because, according to bronchiolitis obliterans. So it's a very devastating, fast progressing disease. And we are also developing here the first-in-class therapy, so nothing is available now.
And thinking about late-stage development then, moving into phase 3 already, what are your commercialization plans looking at?
Yeah, so naturally very important. We all already are preparing a little bit the shareholder involvement and say how can we address the payer market, how can we naturally focus on the US, which is the key market. We focus on key countries in Europe. And we already have developed a little bit market access planning, which is important to test our target product profile with potential payers and reimbursement companies. That's important.
And are you foreseeing any challenges within that orphan space of commercialization?
Yes, I mean, we have there, this is a kind of a sweet spot because we're talking about in total 100 lung transplant centers in the US and Europe. So we can imagine, number one, that we come together with a pharmaceutical partner who we're going to exit the product more or less, and then the partner is taking over for marketing. I think about a very good company in respiratory with specialty pharma sales force. Yeah. But I think we also have the opportunity to set up an own pharmaceutical small sales force, so it can be also marketed on our own. So this is also the opportunity that we say we can market on our own.
And looking further ahead then, what's your long-term vision for the company? So
long-term vision is naturally we have spent, especially this year, we have spent a lot in bringing together a really top-tier respiratory team with clinical development expertise in inhaled drugs. So, and for us, the next logic step is to come ahead with the next program in early stage, which is then the, let's say, we would like to build up a product pipeline. So we're not understanding ourselves as a single product company. This is the lead asset in phase 3, but we want to now come up with something which is, let's say, early stage. Our goal still naturally is to stay in our core expertise room, which is respiratory and inhaled drugs.
And when do you foresee looking for that kind of bringing in a new product?
So this is, we have already started and evaluating 1 or 2 opportunities. And our plan is definitely to have something in place next year, which we seriously follow up for financing and for implementation.
Brilliant. So we'll watch this space then.
Okay.
Thanks for speaking to us today.
Okay, thank you.